Well, hello there again. For those who don't know me by now, my name is Erica Thurman. I look a little different. I got my hair tucked back this time and probably not as presentable as I should be. But I know it's been a while. It's been over a week or so since I think I put my last post or update, as you will, on YouTube. A lot's happened. I've still trying to get over the obstacle of family as part of my coming out and becoming the woman I am meant to be. It hasn't been easy. I'm still having to go out of the house wearing a coat over myself just so I can wear the outfits I want to wear. But again, when I'm outside, I feel like I'm more myself. My friend Dustin and Kyler have told me, well, I just need to get out of the house. Well, I guess it's easier said than done. It's a question of money and having the means. And people willing to want to roommate with me. Because that'd be the only way I can do it, is if I roommate with somebody. But it will happen. I'm just starting to turn my head a little bit around and the wheels and thinking of possibilities. Roommating would be the only feasible thing I can do right now. It would be nice to roommate with people that I already know. And who knows? Work's been a little challenging this week. Today I had the day off, which was a relief. But a couple of days ago, I had an encounter with my boss. One of many people who are my boss, I guess you can say. And I was caught so off guard. I was clocked in, I was walking onto the floor into my section, just same old routine. But before I could even get there, I was stopped by her, and she just said that she wanted me to see her office. Very bluntly, I might add. So I did, and caught really off guard by all of this. First, she had explained to me that certain things weren't done. Well, I wasn't there that day when they weren't done, but nevertheless, I got told to talk about that anyhow. But the one thing that really stood out the most, and I almost went out of her office crying, was that she wanted me to tone down the makeup. After 2 years of wearing makeup at work, all of a sudden now this is an issue. I couldn't believe it. She said she had been hearing some complaints about certain residents. I have not heard of any complaints. As far as I'm concerned, all my patients or residents are comfortable with me. The families seem to be okay with me. So this just caught me off guard. It's the first time I've ever really been almost what felt like discriminated against at the workplace. I just couldn't believe it. All my coworkers are fine with me wearing makeup, but my supervisors, and now all of a sudden, after all this time, this is an issue, and I don't understand that. Everybody should have the right to go to work being who they are. They shouldn't have to wear a mask or be somebody that they're not or play a certain role just in order to maintain a job, to have a certain level, to be able to survive. You shouldn't have to do that. But unfortunately, some of us have to. I'm not saying it's right, and I'm not saying it's fair. Some of us have to. I was so upset after she had said that. I didn't know what to say, so I didn't say anything, because I didn't want to have to say anything I was going to regret. So I just kept my mouth shut about it and just nodded my head and left. Did the things that she told me to do. I mean, my coworkers can tell that I was upset, but I couldn't really say anything on the floor. I just couldn't believe it. So I had a choice to make. I could bow down to her wishes and play that game, or I could stand my ground and keep wearing my makeup and being who I am. And I did just that. I kept the makeup on. I stayed true to myself. I wasn't going to have my boss or anybody else dictate to me on what I could and could not do. Wearing makeup is just part of the woman that I am, whether she understands that or not. I was about as prepared as I was going to get for another confrontation with her, but it didn't happen. I never had the chance to run into her, nor did she with me, which is probably for the best. I still have Thursday and Friday to get through. So it should be interesting. But fortunately, thank God, I've got some friends that will back me up and support me. I like to think I've got people at work that will support me as well. I tell myself, Erica, you've got nothing to worry about. Just keep moving forward. Stay strong. Optimistic. I had called my friend Dustin, and we were supposed to meet today to work on some stuff, but he had to call and cancel because of other obligations, which I understood that. I told him, take care of your business first, I understood that. But I was really looking forward to seeing him again. I like being around him. He has a great positive energy, as well as his partner Kyler does. I really enjoy being around them. I was a little disappointed that it didn't happen today. But with any luck, it'll happen tomorrow, and we'll be able to get some stuff done. Dustin invited me to join them when Pride comes this summer. I remember right, I accepted their offer, so we'll see what happens. It'd be really nice to spend some time with them in that capacity. I look up to them. They have a good relationship with each other, great positive energy. And I really look up to that. I hold them in very high regard. And of course, they have said the same to me. I miss them. I only say that because I care about them. So I gotta figure out what my next steps are going to be as far as becoming more of the woman that I am meant to be. I really do need to get out of the house, out of this house, which almost every day feels more like a prison. I just don't know exactly where to begin. I suppose I should budget. Of course, with all the bills I've got to pay now, I don't think there'd be much left for a roof under my head. As far as that's where the roommating comes in. As long as I guess I have enough to pay rent, food, I should survive. Of course, maybe I need to look past that. Maybe I need to look past just survival. Concentrate more about living. I like to think that I've been trying to do that more and more. But perhaps maybe I need to think a little bit more about that. You know, all my life, it's all been just about survival, getting through the day, trying to maintain a job, trying to pay my bills, keep my head above water, being able to compete, I guess you could say, with society. And it needs to be more than that. At least that's what I've been telling myself that. I wish my friends were right here with me now, because tonight I feel kind of lonely. I feel kind of just lonely. If I had my way, I'd be with my friends all the time. But that's just being very selfish of me. It's just being very selfish. I mean, they've got their own lives that they need to live too. And I know I can't be around them all the time, and and I understand that. When I was little, I would always want to play the female roles in plays and stuff. I would put on plays at home and productions and stuff. I like doing that kind of stuff. I like directing and trying to make things happen. I love putting events together, and I would always want to play the female role. You think that would have sinked in a little bit more when it comes to my family? I think it did with my grandma, but for everybody else, I think they just chose not to listen, to ignore it. I asked myself, what am I going to do when it's summertime and springtime and I'm still here? I can't wear a coat and conceal myself. I can't do that. I'd fry and be totally uncomfortable, and getting out of this house has to almost be sooner rather than later. I'm just not sure what to do. I have a few people that said they'd be willing to help me, but I just don't know how far they're willing to go. I mean, any kind of help I am truly grateful for. And I've been so blessed with the friends that I've been able to make these past few months, all the help that I have been given. And I'll always be grateful. I guess it'd be nice if I also just wasn't flat out Signal anymore. I feel like all this video is about is just about my needs. I feel like I'm just such a selfish person sometimes. That sometimes I ask for too much. I hope my friends don't think that of me. Because that's what scares me. I had a mentor years back, and I looked up to him a great deal. He was my mentor. He was my inspiration. A friend, a colleague. We worked together. He helped me out